Feeling mo ba trabaho lang ang buhay mo lately? Yung parang bahay, trabaho, tulog lang?
If you're in the BPO industry and struggling to find balance, the episode is for you. We're joined by a very special guest who proves na pwedeng mag-excel sa work at magkaroon ng buhay sa labas ng trabaho. So, let's talk about real strategies para ma-achieve ang work-life balance kahit shifting ka pa. The BPO Break Room Podcast. Welcome back to another episode. This is Jay and you are tuned in on the rising show in the BPO world.
BPO Break Room Podcast.
Hola, Kay.
Hola, everyone, and this is Kay. To those that are watching and listening to us right now, if you haven't yet subscribed on our channel, send us some love and give us a like. Aside from Spotify and YouTube, we are now on Amazon Music and Apple Podcasts at the BPO Break Room Podcasts. So, ayan, Jay, our guest today has been in the BPO world for 10 years. He started in BPO as CSR.
Tagal na. Tagal na.
Magsalita!
Tagal.
Well, to give you a breakdown, guys, he started in BPO as CSR, moved to HR Business Partnership, and now Learning and Development. And he's
Correct.
also advocate for work-life balance. Despite the demands of the job, mahilig siyang bumiyahe. And yes, may oras po siya for that.
Sana all.
Sana all.
Ang galing. Hindi lahat nakaisip na posible yun sa BPO. No? Ako personally, I've never had probably a season in my life wherein I get to do this on like unplanned or even unplanned ones, and even whenever I wanted to, there's a lot of layers pa that I need to go through before I get to go on vacation and even to go out. Pero with the right mindset and habits, kaya pala talaga. So let's break it down with the story of our guest. Paano niya na-manage ang shifting schedules, ang stress, and still find time for his passions. Ganon.
Hi!
Hello! Hi po, hi Jay, hi Kay. Hello po sa lahat ng nakikinig ng The Break Room Podcast. I'm Addy. You might know me as Addy45 sa TikTok. Hello sa lahat ng mga nasa BPO. Shout out sa mga if ever naka-work ko dyan. Yeah, I've been in, yes, correct, okay. I've been in the BPO for 10 years. Actually, over 10 years now eh. I just
Hello, ang tagal na. Ang tagal na. Joke lang.
Kayo ba, ikaw ba, Jay? Ilang taon ka?
Talaga ba? 18 years ako.
Really?
18 years.
Kasi I started working sa BPO when I was 2 years old. Kaya gano'n. Ikaw ba? Ilang taon ka nag-work sa BPO?
Mga 10 kasi ako nag-start, so 20 na ako.
It's a tie.
It's a tie. Actually, nag-start yung career ko sa BPO talaga eh.
Mm-hmm.
And
really?
after studies, after I graduated, parang gusto ko kagad kumita ng pera, so I applied sa BPO since yun yung medyo maraming opportunities. Kumbaga ayoko nang mag-antay ng iba pang work. Gusto ko na kagad kumita. That's why I started in the BPO, and then I lasted for... Now I'm still in the BPO. It's been 10 years.
Anong course mo pala nung college?
Bachelor of Science in Information System. So medyo IT siya, and then business ad.
Yeah, ako din, BS IT rin ako nung college, and then here we are sa BPO, correct. So what made you become interested to get into this wild and chaotic and fun world of the BPO industry?
Sa totoo lang, hindi ako masyadong interested before. Gusto ko lang talaga, ano ba yung madaling way para magka-work? Ganun. After I graduated. Tapos medyo na-trauma ako sa thesis namin that time kasi
thesis mo?
Parang IT, di ba? Magpo-program ka and all. Tapos parang
yeah.
Pero na-realize ko na baka medyo need ko, alam mo yun, ng work na medyo magsasalita ka, gagalaw ka, and feeling ko, that time medyo magta-thrive ako sa call center. Kaya tinry ko. And yeah, that's where it all started.
And the rest, they say, is history, no? Anong first company mo?
I started with Concentrix. Alam niyo ba, nag-apply ako sa 3 company and I got denied 3 times. And 4th company si Concentrix.
Pareho tayo ng experience. Ako din. 3 companies ako nag-apply sa, and then, not Concentrix actually, Convergys pa siya nung panahon na yun. And then Concentrix.
Ay, wow.
Okay.
Ex-con.
Pero now, after Concentrix, how many companies ang napasukan mo before you landed sa company ko na saan ka ngayon?
So I only joined 2 companies pa lang. First is
Okay.
Concentrix and then my current company. So I started as a CSR with Concentrix for a year and then I moved to learning and development and then I moved to HR after 2 years. That's the story
Okay.
with Concentrix. And then I resigned as an HR in Concentrix, HR business partner. Tapos I joined my current company as an HR business partner din. Pero ngayon, I'm part of learning. Medyo pa iba-iba yung naging journey.
And thank you again for sharing that, no, Adi, kasi for sure a lot of our listeners would be inspired kasi ang mindset kasi ng karamihan lalo na sa mga hindi pa nagta-thrive sa BPO is when they hear BPO or call center, it's all about taking calls. But little did they know there's really a lot of opportunities within, 'di ba, Jay?
Moving from operations to training, then HR, and then back to training, gusto mong bumalik ng operation?
Alam mo, hindi ko naiisip yun. Hindi ko siya, parang may i-offer ka sa akin after this. May opening ba sa inyo? Parang gano'n.
Kulang kasi kami.
Kulang na
G
rin
ka ba?
kayo.
But G ka ba? You haven't thought of going back?
Right now, I'm happy with where I am. Kasi unang-una, yung setup kasi once a month lang ako nagre-report sa office. And then yung nature of work and then the teammates that I have, parang nothing to complain about with where I am right now. So I'm not really looking for other opportunities pa.
The only reason I asked because Yummy opening kami shot. I ask because since our topic today is work-life balance, hindi ba? I see it kasi in like case-to-case basis. For me, parang suntok sa buwan. Almost suntok sa buwan to achieve work-life balance if you're in operation. Compared sa resource units like HR or training. Minsan training din right? So, what's your take on that state?
Alam mo, I agree. Mas mahirap talagang mag-plot ng leaves, ng vacation pag nasa operations ka. Kasi, well, we all know naman if we are working in the BPO na nabubuhay yung business dahil sa production hours na dinededicate ng mga agents. And pag nag-absent yung isang agent, may impact siya talaga sa business.
Correct.
So, mas mahirap sa kanila magpa-approve ng leave kasi critical yung staffing and all. Pag part ka naman ng support, medyo mas flexible, di ba? Since naging part ako ng HR, no, and this is a common complaint na I get to receive yung hindi na-approve yung leave or minsan na-approve na tapos parang binawi kasi may
kasi biglang nag-queuing.
Oo, or dahil absent yung isang employee or may critical or emergency, bigla kang tinawagan and kailangan mong pumasok. Yung mga ganong issues. And it's really difficult for us to handle those. I'm gonna be honest as an HR, no, mahirap yun kasi you don't wanna deprive yung employee na mag-vacation. Especially kung planado na siya ahead of time, di ba? At the same time, you don't want the business to suffer kasi there are also, requirements that have to be hit by the business on a day-to-day basis. So all we can do is to make sure na when we are planning something, it is planned ahead of time, di ba? Parang you have to notify even months before para lang to make sure na secured na tong dates na to, I'm gonna be on leave.
Pero Adi, one of the questions muna that I wanted to ask you is, ano nga ba talaga ang work-life balance in your eyes, in your own vocabulary? Anong work-life balance?
It's as simple as maintaining two sides of your life, like yung work and yung personal time mo. Parang weighing the same weight. Parang if your work kasi is heavier than your life, than outside of work, diba? It's not balanced, therefore, you're going to suffer in the long run. So, work-life balance for us in the BPO industry is to make sure na outside of work, you get to enjoy. You get to have fun, you get to spend time with your family. Hindi yung paglabas mo ng work, iniisip mo pa rin yung work o yung calls, yung queue tomorrow, diba?
Aray ko po.
Ganyan si Kay.
go.
outside of work, you get to enjoy your time and make sure that you are detached from whatever happened or was happening sa office, hindi ba? At when you were starting ba, Adi, you had this mindset na or you just recently acquired
Oo.
this mindset?
That's a very good question. Kasi
Uh-uh.
hindi talaga. Parang when I started as an
Uh-uh.
agent especially, no, hindi... Actually, kahit nung nag-transfer na ako sa training and HR, hindi ko pa nalilearn yung work-life
Talaga.
balance. And hindi nga ako familiar sa term na yun kasi I was so focused on just simply earning, di ba? Yung nagiging vacation ko lang dati siguro is yung pag may team building. Pag may
Talaga
team building. Pag may team lunch out, yung team, and then sometimes pa, di ba, kino-cover ng project yun. Kasi ganun ako kakulipot. Like, I spend everything. I save everything na kinikita or in-earn natin. Tapos na-learn ko lang siguro yung work-life balance when I turned 27.
Oh, last year lang pala.
reason.
Last year.
Kinalculate niya na pala yung...
Habol lang ako ng 27.
Habol na mo, belated ha. Charot.
Thank you.
Okay. Anong nangyari nung 27 ka? Why the
Kasi-
shift of mindset? Oo.
Kasi ito yung after pandemic. During the pandemic kasi, di ba, parang lahat tayo, parang, okay, what's gonna happen? Are we not gonna enjoy the life outside of our houses, outside of the four corners of our room, di ba? So, doon ko na-realize na, what if magtagal tong pandemic na to ng 20 years? Hindi na ako nakapunta ng mga gusto kong puntahan na lugar. Nag-create pa naman ako ng bucket list, di ba? Gusto kong pumunta ng Boracay, ng Coron, ng
Siargao, ganon.
Siargao, ng Taiwan, mga ganon. So doon ko na-realize na, okay, I have to reassess my priorities. Hindi yung, okay, priority ko mag-save, but after that priority, what else?
You mentioned kanina, Adi, about like dapat meron kang good sense of balance between your work life and your non-work life, right? When you say non-work life, this could be love life, this could be family life, right? And one of the things na indicator kasi, this is based on my experience and the people that I know, is ito yung parang thermometer ko na wait lang, wala na akong work-life balance ata. Parang I need to reassess the things that I have on my plate at work and the quality time I'm spending outside work is lagi akong pagod kahit rest day. What can I do ba? What can people do ba if they feel na parang shit, pagod na ako. Parang rest day ko, pero bakit pagod ako?
Madalas kasi sa atin, pag pagod tayo, magpapahinga, matutulog. And then when we wake up, we still feel tired. Parang, and this is personally, pag nafe-feel ko na drained na ako sa work, I don't just think of taking rest sa bahay. Kasi, given na nasa bahay ka, na magre-rest ka over the weekend, kukuha ka ng sleep as much as you can, di ba? Pero, what else can you do to enjoy your personal time? Kasi sometimes we take rest for granted. What are those things na we don't take for granted? Perhaps going to the mall, spend, a couple of hundreds of pesos for yourself. Like, bili ka ng bagong pen. If you are capable, pwede kang mas lumayo ng konti. Parang instead of going to SM, pumunta ka ng Tagaytay. Mga ganong moments. Kasi that's when you would feel, and this, I learned this from experience, no? Kasi nga dati yung vacation ko lang with the team, hindi ka masyadong detached sa work pa rin, di ba? When you go alone or when you go with those people na outside of work, your family, your friends, you completely detach and forget yung work natin. You go to somewhere new to you. Kahit even staycation lang sa Airbnb na medyo malapit sa inyo, that's gonna reset you That's gonna make you feel na you are on a vacation. Hence, the next day, you would feel more, para sa akin, you would feel more relaxed, chilled, and you would reset.
And I totally get you, Adi, Kasi whenever for example, gusto magbakasyonan, I'm always tired during the times na I wanted to go on vacation. So I'd rather sleep. And then tama ka when I sleep on my rest days, pagising ko, pagod pa rin ako. Bakit kaya?
Yes,
So dapat pala kahit pagod ka or kahit you feel, I think yung pagod na yun is not a physical exhaustion. And I think it has something to do with mental exhaustion na gusto mo pero isip mo pagod na pagod talaga pero kakatulog mo lang. So if that's what I am feeling pala or our viewers are feeling pala, we should really be disciplined to really still go out.
Pag kasi nasa same space ka lang, bahay, work,
Mm-mm.
hindi ka talaga, I'm gonna say it again, hindi ka talaga completely detached to your daily routine. Hence, pag nasa bahay ka, most of the time pa, you think of work, di ba?
True.
Pero I love how you put an emphasis to that, no, Adi, kasi I know a lot of people who tend to talk about work-life balance, pero it hit me hard kanina when I heard you said na kung afford mo nga bumili ng isang bagay, halimbawa pumunta ka lang saglit sa mall. Kasi madalas ako tumatawid sa National Bookstore. Minsan nga nakakatulog ako doon kasi every after my study, kasi nga 'di ba nag-culinary ako before, parang medyo exhausting siya kasi you went to the market with the team and then you cooked and then there was a seminar or somewhat like that. And then after that, pupunta ako National Bookstore kasi my favorite pahinga talaga before was reading books. And then nakakatulog ako doon. But I always feel
Talaga?
tired.
Sa loob ng National Bookstore? Loko?
Oo, girl.
Nakakabangan siya ng
Totoo.
mga nag-shop.
Nakatulog ako doon kasi 'di ba normally sa fully booked ang
Alo,
mga
alo,
tao
alo.
very comfortable.
Medyo malamig kasi sa National Bookstore.
Kaya,
Sa bango pa ng mga books.
wala, nakiki-aircon si Kay. Guys, kasi ano po yung papasukin si Kay sa ano nyo, sa store nyo. Joke lang.
Uy, wag mo so. Secret 'yun. Ang sarap pala niya sa feeling kahit imagine ha, sa work off mo, gusto mo siya ipahinga pero instead igagala mo siya just to experience the different things. And napaka-fulfilling niya na even if pagod ka sa biyahe, sa ginala mong 'yun, iba yung feeling pala na pwede pala siya maging pahinga somehow kasi at least change of environment, change of ano ba or what not.
Oo. Yung environment talaga, I think it plays a huge role sa
Yes.
for you to achieve yung parang at least detaching. Kasi if you wanted to achieve detachment niya from work, like what Adi said kanina, yung nasa bahay ka lang just wanted to sleep, parang it's gonna be so difficult for you to achieve that. But if you're gonna have a change of environment, even for just a few hours, even just overnight, like Airbnb, sabi ni Adi kanina, that would really help a lot. But not all of the people naman that are watching us right now could afford like every weekend mag-Airbnb, right? So, punta kayo National Bookstore, doon kayo matulog. Tulad ni Kaya.
I didn't see that coming.
At question ako sa inyong dalawa ha. Kailan yung huli ninyong personal activity na hindi work-related? At ano yun?
Kung mapapansin nyo, medyo may timeline pa ako. May mga timeline pa. Wow.
Di makita.
Yeah.
Last week lang. 2 weeks ago, nagpunta ako sa Dumaguete, Siquijor, Mualboal.
Ikaw, okay, saan?
Sa Anilao, Batangas. And the reason why I asked Adi kasi
last week din. Tama.
Free dive ka rin doon.
Actually, gusto ko nga sana. Parang pinili ko na lang matulog sa room. Oo, kasi ano din
you spend time there.
Mukhang maganda siyang experience pero I don't feel like it's for me. Curious lang ako and it's very interesting, no? Are you really fond of free diving or is it just something that you just wanted to try?
It is something na I've been wanting to try kasi parang naniniwala ako na parang we should learn as many skills as we can. And hindi kasi ako swimmer dati. Hindi ako marunong lumangoy, as in parang pag tinapon mo ako sa tubig, malulunod ako, ganun. So I had to learn free diving kasi meron silang for non-swimmers. So nag-try ako and then I liked yung kung ano yung makikita mo sa ilalim ng dagat talaga. It's a total different. And again, it takes me out of that thinking na I have work. Parang you are in a new environment, completely isolated. You see fishes, different creatures. You don't see faces of people na would make you feel stressed at work. So, yeah, it's a nice skill to learn. And now, parang it's becoming a hobby or passion na rin.
Let's talk about hobby now. My question here is how to get back to having hobbies again. How to go back to that phase in my life or in our watchers, our viewers' life wherein they get to have a hobby again and achieve that work-life balance.
I would say na iba-iba kasi yung situation natin as individuals, 'di ba? Ang siguro masasabi ko is what helped me get into a hobby na hindi naman ako familiar with, nag-push sa akin
Mm.
yung influence ng mga taong nakapaligid sa akin, di ba?
Mm.
Kasi pag yung mga friends mo, yung mga humahatak sa'yo, di ba, mahilig mag-travel, mahilig
Yeah.
alam mo yun, bowling, mapapa-bowling ka rin. So it's really the influence. If you don't have any influences na would, get your ass up and then try new things, you have to learn how to do things alone. Ayun naman yung na-learn ko rin, na kaya ko namang mag-travel alone din at the same time, or gumawa ng mga bagay alone. I used to run sa, alam mo yun, sa labas mag-isa. These things, no, you can count it as vacation din, yung mga ganitong activities. Yung
Kasi ibang environment mo, hindi ba?
Oo, yung pag-take ng ibang route, yung paglalakad, even yung mga short walks lang. It can be a time off from a stressing work environment. So, ayun. So it's the influence, and it's get yourself motivated alone to do things.
Ang sakit nung alone din. You mentioned twice alone.
Aray ko.
Parang doon ko na feel na single. Doon ko na feel yung na single talaga ako. So,
masaya mag-travel alone, ha? You get to, nung nag-free dive ako, just to mention, nung nag-free dive ako, mag-isa ako nung unang beses ako nag-free dive. So nag-search lang sa Facebook kung ano yung mga schools na nag-offer, tas it's for non-swimmers daw. So nag-enroll ako mag-isa, and pumunta ako doon mag-isa, and then I got to know people na, alam mo yun, hindi naman magko-cross yung path namin kung hindi ako free dive. And then naging friends ko sila. Malaki yung possibility na ganun. And baka doon mo rin makilala yung mo.
Pumunta doon para mag-Tinder.
So yun yung second priority. First priority is to learn a skill or have a vacation, and then know other people.
Siguro last na indication and then I'm just really speaking on behalf of our millions of the Filipinos who are experiencing this, na gusto naman talaga namin ma-achieve yung work-life balance, Adi, no? Don't get us wrong. Na it's really difficult, no? And then again, it's easier said than done, kumbaga. And sometimes when we are already doing it, for example, sige, magbabakasyon na nga ako, sige na nga, magja-jogging na nga ako, sige na nga, punta nga ako ng Siki Horse, natutunan ko kay Adi, right? I feel guilty naman.
Ayun na.
Shit, may work pala ako. Shit, ano kayang ginagawa ng team ko ngayon? Ano kayang namin ngayon? Ano kayang revenue namin yesterday? Something like that. So, sometimes, and then walang tao ngayon doon, wala nag-manage ng program. So, shit, should I go back? Yung ganong klaseng feelings na you're already, yung guilt feeling na nararamdaman when you are actually already doing the work-life thing that we're talking about.
Alam mo, isang feeling nga yan na medyo mahirap maalis, especially kung critical yung role mo and you really care so much about those people na leave mo behind dahil bakasyon ka. I would say na eto, lagi ko itong naririnig sa mga BPO employees, and it kind of works, no? Just ask yourself, is someone going to die if you're not at work, if you're not working right now? No one, diba? Kasi you're taking away your happiness, and it's not really benefiting any of you, even the teammates na you left behind. Kasi thinking of them right now, would it help them? Diba? Kaya nga nagbakasyon is to get something or earn something na you don't earn at work, and that is happiness, having fun, having enough rest, mga ganon. So do not feel that way, no, na parang nakokonsensya ka because wala ka sa work. And you're doing this to help you at work. Kasi if you don't do it right now, if you don't take vacation right now, if you don't take rest right now, you're gonna drain yourself so much that your work would suffer in the future. So, ayun, it's really about mindset, I guess, that we should change. Kasi, again, work is, ito ngayon na lagi ko naririnig, pag nag-resign ka, pag nawala ka sa work, papalitan ka rin. But the family that you have outside, the friends that you have outside, the time that you have outside of work cannot be replaced. So do not feel that way if if it's just about emotions or feelings.
Naiyak nga ako. Naiyak ako, babay. Babay muna guys.
Wait lang.
Hindi nga
Oh,
Baka
pala.
mag-file na siya ng leave ng 1 month.
Nag-resign bigla eh, no? Wala mamamatay.
Correct.
Nag-resign bigla. Sorry.
Na nakaka-touch. Isn't this nice, Jay? Kasi 'di ba, parang ang sarap pakinggan nito, especially coming from the HR. Kasi I know that there's a lot of brutal misconception din about HR that majority of the
Oo.
people really don't know about. Pero it's nice to hear this coming from an individual that's really been part of the HR business partnership. Di ba?
Ay, oo. Gusto ko lang sabihin, hindi kami kontrabida sa HR, guys. We are after the welfare naman of the employees din.
Yes, I love
Hindi
that.
lahat. Hindi lahat. Hindi lahat. Pag ako, mga
Name drop.
HR, naming, nag-name drop ng tatlong. Yeah. I like what you said na yung yung shifting on mindset na rest is still productive, right? Going on vacation is still productive because if you don't do that, sabi mo nga Adi, is if you don't take that deserved vacation or time off for yourself, your performance will actually suffer later on when you get. How do you think remote or hybrid setups have changed the game when it comes to BPO work-life balance?
Sorry. Na-interrupt
No,
kita. But yeah, it has a big impact. Kasi, syempre nga, na-mention natin kanina, no? Nag-work ka na rin sa bahay. So, yung isip mo, psychologically, you think na sa bahay, it is also becoming a stressful environment for you. Especially kung yung work mo is taxing, di ba? Yung ginagawa mo, hindi mo gusto, most especially. So, pag nasa bahay ka, hindi ka na nakakapag-relax. Even if it's your time to relax, sometimes you don't feel na you are relaxed. Kasi nga naiisip mo, ay, andun lang yung computer ko, need ko palang mag-chat. Ay, nandun lang yung need ko mag-send the email, di ba? So, it really has a great impact when it comes to work-life balance.
Kaya naman, pause muna tayo ng very, very light, by the way, to remind everyone to subscribe on this channel and hit that notification bell para lagi kayong updated sa mga fresh episodes namin. And, circling back, nakaka-pressure nga naman kasi talaga kapag lahat ng tao sa paligid mo parang puro trabaho lang iniisip. Katulad ng sinabi ni Adi, di ba? Kaya guys, always remember what Adi said kanina na it has something to do sometimes with the influence of other people that surround you. So, if you guys feel suffocated already, find the right people, find the right circle. You have to seek for that certain environment that you will be surrounded by good influencers, diba? And pero the question is, paano mo mai-encourage yung mga gustong ma-achieve yung balance pero hindi naman nila alam kung saan magsisimula?
Siguro, ang masasabi ko is parang sana hindi naman sana ma-feel ng mga listeners no na yung pressure na kailangan kong i-work on yung work-life balance ko. Little by little naman, you can do that by finding what makes you happy. Kaya kanina sinasabi, it doesn't have to be a grand vacation. It doesn't have to be, okay, next week pumunta ako ng Dumaguete. Sometimes, the time off that you need are those short walks, mga yung pagpunta mo ng new place, new
National
environment. So dun, National Bookstore, matulog kayo dun, try nyo yung mag-nap mga 15 minutes. Mga little steps lang that would take you out of your normal routine. I highly believe na yung body natin and yung mind natin would tell us, no, at a certain point na we need a time off, let's do something else.
Kaya naman, Adi, for all our listeners right now, please take the floor to promote your socials naman and encourage them to really practice work-life balance as early as tonight.
Yes, thank you so much, Kay. So, sa lahat po ng listeners ng The Break Room Podcast, if you have time, please do visit my TikTok. Doon naman ako usually nag-upload. And you would highly relate because it's mostly about the BPO. If you are not yet in the BPO and you want to be part of the BPO, there are also certain videos or content na uploaded there that would help you if you need help or if you're struggling or you have challenges in entering the BPO world. And also, since I recently, discovered that traveling is really what makes me happy, I also document some of my travels on my YouTube account. It's Adi Bailon. You can just search it up, or you can go to my TikTok and it's linked to my profile. You would see my YouTube profile link there.
Kaya naman, to those who are listening to us right now, we also want to hear from you guys. Nakapag-decide na ba kayo if you wish to enter the BPO industry or if you wish to stay. Of course, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Tag us din sa mga trending memes ninyo. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram.
Oo, agree. Na grande. Let's interact on our social media accounts. And for those who are exploring opportunities in the BPO industry, work from home or on-site, join our WhatsApp group. We post exclusive job ads every Monday. And lastly, check our bio and join our growing community.
Kaya naman, bye everyone and thank you once again, Adi, for joining us tonight. Kita-kits
Thank you,
ulit!
guys.